In this video, we'll be talking about introduction to basic RDBMS and DBMS concept. So we'll be covering what is data, information, database and database users, and a small introduction of relational database management system and traditional file system. So first one is data. Data is any unorganized fact that doesn't have any meaning to it. So it can be a name or any small information which is not meaningful. And information is any processed or organized data that is meaningful and useful. So a data becomes an information when it has meaning to it. So that is information. And next one is database. So database is an organized collection of data that is stored electronically. So it allows users and applications to easily access, update, and manipulate information. So it can be anything like text, numbers, images, etc. Next one is database users. So database users are individuals or programs that interact with the database to store or manipulate data. There are two main categories. There are actors on the scene and workers behind the scene. So actors on the scene are the people who directly interact with the database as a part of their daily job. So they are visible participants in using or building database driven applications, and there are four types: database administrators, database designers, end users, and system analysts. First one is database administrators. They are the manager of the database. They make sure everything runs smoothly. So they control who can access the data, keep the data safe and secure, take regular backups, improve performance, and fix problems. Next one is database designers. A database designer is a person who plans and designs how the database should be built. They're also known as the architect of database. They decide what data needs to be stored. They create tables and relationships, choose the right structure, and avoid duplication of data. End users are the people who use the database through applications. So they do not know how the database works internally, they just use it as their daily work. So they use apps or websites that connected to the databases. They enter or view data like Google Forms, and they do not need to know the technical knowledge. They just use it as their daily routine. Next one is system analysts and application programmers. These are technical people who build applications that connect to database and help end users interact with it. So system analysts, they plan and understand the database. Application programmers, they build the app. That is, they are the people who work in the backend. Next one is workers behind the scene. So these are technical specialists who build the systems, tools, and infrastructure needed for databases to function, but they do not directly interact with the database as a part of their daily task. So there are three types of workers behind the scene: system designers and implementers, tool developers, and operators and maintenance personnel. Designers and implementers are the people who design and build the entire system software. They design the overall system architecture, develop database software, work at a deeper technical knowledge. Next one is tool developers. Tool developers are specialists who build software tools that help database administrators, programmers, and users work with database more easily. They create tools for database management, make work easier for database administrators and developers, and do not work with actual data directly. And last one is operators and maintenance personnel. So they are people who run and monitor the hardware and software where the database system is installed. So they start, stop, and monitor the system. They perform routine tasks and handle technical issues. Next one is features of database. So first feature is data storage. So since the data is stored in since the data is stored in a structured format, it is easy for users to manipulate and manage data. Next one is data sharing. So multiple users can use the data simultaneously. Data security. So database is password protected. So it will not take any unauthorized access. Data independence. All the data that is stored are independent, and backup and recovery reduce data and redundancy. So introduction to relational database management system. So these are type of database management system that store data in tables in rows and columns. So these tables are related to each other through keys. So some of these software examples are MySQL, Oracle, Microsoft SQL. Traditional file system. A traditional file system is a way of storing and managing data using files and folders on a computer. It is a method used before database system became popular. And there are many disadvantages for traditional file system, as these are stored in files and folders. Data redundancy. There might be duplicate files which will cause a problem in the data storage, and data inconsistency. No data sharing, lack of security, difficult to access any data. There is no relationship between the data, and limited backup and recovery. So these are some differences between traditional file system and RDBMS. So looking at this, we can know that traditional file system has more disadvantages, and by using RDBMS, it is easy for us to manage and retrieve data. Thank you.